And we're live. Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Beyond Babbitt. This is your host, Brian Anthony, reporting for duty. Well, guys, this is a real important week. Got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to go ahead and update you guys. Let's see what we got here. All right. So we know what we know something's supposed to happen this week, one way or the other. I've been watching those iPet goats, the people decoding those things. There's a lot of things in there. But this is what we did miss, right? The UN Migration Pact. It was supposed to be signed on the 5th or 6th or something like that. Then it was supposed to be signed the 10th through the 12th. Now they're saying December 19th, which is Wednesday of this week, 2 more days. And Merkel came out and said this, all the countries that were signing on, at first they were told, oh, it's not going to be legally binding. You can sign it. It doesn't really mean anything. So Merkel, Angela Merkel, Chancellor of Germany, Hitler's daughter, said this. They were trying to get her to, reiterate, say it again, and put it in writing that if we sign this, it's not legally binding. She wouldn't say that. That means it is going to be legally binding. And she actually said more than that. She said this. She said, well, if we get a 2/3 majority vote on this coming Wednesday, December the 19th, they're voting on the UN Migration Pact. She said, if we get a 2/3 majority vote, it's going to make it binding for all. Binding for all nations. So in other words, if you're a part of the UN and they get a 2/3 majority, it doesn't matter if you signed on to it or not. You become a part of it. That's a problem for us here in America. The United States and like 6 other countries are the only ones saying, no, we're not going to sign it, out of again, it numbers anywhere between 196 and 204 countries. But Angela Merkel is saying, if we get a 2/3 majority, which, you're just going to be thrown into it. And therefore, words like illegal immigrant, that word is illegal under this pact. Words like it becomes hate speech or migrant speech. Migrant speech is illegal. Hate speech is illegal. So stuff like borders, those words become illegal. Under the new UN Migration Pact, there are no borders. Countries do not have sovereignty. So that's one reason they want to take away the U.S.'s guns and the freedom of speech, the First and Second Amendments, because in the New World Order there is no room for that, and we've discussed this before. So that's one of the big things that's happening this week, and that's December the 19th. Now, what has happened over the weekend, there's been action in Ukraine and Crimea. Russia's moving tanks and ships. NATO is moving tanks and ships, including the Ukraine. And each one is pointing the finger at the other one and saying, that's why we're doing this, because you did this, because you did that. So here's the interesting part. There were some U.S. personnel, military personnel, who were on leave. And their leave got revoked. They had to go back to the Ukraine. This could get jumped off before the 21st. This thing could get jumped off before the 21st. This thing with Russia and the Ukraine. And okay, so what else do we know? Again, we're just trying to look for these dates, man, because according to the dream we talked about all last week, according to the dream, my interpretation of it, you have until December the 21st to be fully prepared for whatever's going to happen, which I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel something's going to happen. So have all your preps in order by December 21st, which is this coming Friday. No, I didn't hear that. No, that's some of the fog of war, some of the tricks. Yeah, some of the tricks they're using. It's gonna make it worse. So one of the things. Okay, so what's this guy's name? JP Bug Out. Um, Everything New Under the Sun, and another lady have been decoding the iPet Goat 2, which came out in like 2013. It has some interesting decoding stuff in it, but what everybody's missed in the mind control little kids' eyes, the words either financial crash or market crash appears in their eyes. Everybody's missing that part. And then you see the U.S. new stealth jets that look like the flying triangles. You see them bomb. One of them said it looks like they're bombing Jerusalem, but I'm like, it can't be Jerusalem because, but it may be somebody. But the more did look like our planes. The black ones, looks like a flying triangle. And the iPet Goat 2 decoding, and one lady, the other name I can't remember, she said that something like war. Everybody's predicting World War between December the 19th and December the 24th. I think all three of them predicted that, and for different reasons. But the one thing I noticed that no one picked up on was in her eyes, in the I don't know if it was a he or she, it was a little mind controlled kid. It said either financial crash or market crash. And then they showed our new stealth jets bombing. Stuff is coming soon. So what else is happening? On the 22nd, I forgot the name of the asteroid, but there's an asteroid that's going to fly between the Earth and the Moon. The closest flyover since 2004. And they said it's going to come really close. I don't know if it's going to come close to hitting the Earth or if it's going to come close to hitting the Moon. This happens on December the 22nd, which is this Saturday. And then, of course, I told y'all the people who were decoding that iPet Goat 2 were saying war between, 22nd, 23rd, all the way through the 25th. And then something is supposed to happen on December 31st, and something is supposed to happen on January 31st. It's a lot of happenings to keep up with. So that's all speculation. What we know for a fact is the UN is meeting to vote on the UN Pact this Wednesday. This Wednesday, December the 19th. And if they get 2/3 majority, yeah, sounds right. Sounds about right, Devil Dog. That's what I've been saying up until now. But it sure seems like they want to jump the gun. Seems like they want to start the war first and then the economic collapse. But if it follows the way history always does, then the economic collapse will be soon. And I may step out on a limb and say this, guys. The way the stock market is looking, it could be Friday when that thing falls off. And everything that'll be the first domino and everything just falls in place after that. So we do know that the UN is meeting on the 19th to vote on that pact. If they get a 2/3 majority, they said it applies to all. That'll criminalize us here in America who use words like illegal immigrant, illegal migrant, illegal alien, our borders. That'll be illegal, punishable by prison. It'll be considered migrant speech, a form of hate speech. And then I think they'll push that carbon tax on us as well. Then the 22nd, the closest flyby of this asteroid since 2004, which could wreak havoc. They're even saying that because the waves are so violent and so high, I'm saying they're going to do me like that again. Okay, and so then the U.S. military counseling leave on people and making them go back to work. That's looks like they're really pushing for this war, man. This war, and nobody's looking at the economic collapse, but stocks are looking bad, man. Stocks and bonds are looking bad, and a lot of people are going to get caught up in that stuff. So, like I said, wow. Yeah, it's been really bad. A lot of people are like, oh no, that's fair. There's a buyer's market. It's no. All the bulls have gone home. The bears are in there now, and keep chasing it if you want to. Nothing lasts forever. If you've done well at it, great. Find something else to switch over to until this thing straightens out, because it's erased all the gains for 2018 already. Yeah, when I last looked, we're down to 23,000 again. It had gotten so high, it had almost got to, what, 27, 28,000? Back down to 23,000. All right, we're just getting started, Mike Bennett. I'm just giving some updates. So, yeah, guys, we got to watch out. So I watched the John X Army the other day as well. He deleted it, I believe. I believe he deleted both of them, but it just so happened in it he played the audio of a documentary from somebody who survived the collapse in Croatia. And he gave some important tips. And he was saying, like, there's strength in numbers. He said the gangs rule, and this is what I saw in one of my dreams. It's recurring. I mean, I didn't even release this last one, but I've had it before, or several just like it. Strength in numbers. Gangs are going to run the streets. He was like, gang of 10, gang of 15, gang of 20. He said some even... All right, we still here? Y'all can see me? Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. All right. Okay, so thank you, Cherry Boone 65 Boone. All right, so the guy was saying this. He was like, you have to move around at night because each different street was controlled by a different group of people, like warlords, different gangs, different crews or whatever, and everybody was heavily armed. He said some people made a lifestyle out of robbing and stuff like that, jacking everybody. You got guns, you got ammo. And he said silver and gold were valuable. May have been too valuable. He's like, you couldn't take it on the street and trade with it. You get robbed. And he said bullets end up being more valuable than gold. Bullets. And he said he sold all his gold coins early on for food. And he said you had to, when you moved around, it's good to move around 3 or 4 men. And you had to patrol your area, your street or your block or whatever, because bandits gonna come. If you ain't got nobody armed on each corner looking out, and they're gonna hit everybody they're gonna hit every house. He said no matter how well armed you were, if you were by yourself, you're gonna end up dead sooner or later. He said no matter how well armed you were, if you were alone, you'd be dead. Some things I didn't think about. A lot of people think the lone wolf is the gray man. You can move around a lot easier without being detected. He was like, But he said it was dangerous to go to the market because you're most likely going to run into enemies, snipers, and just jackers. So he said he had heating fuel, like I guess kerosene heater or something like that. But he said it was too expensive to use the oil to heat the house. He said instead he used it as a job. He refilled people lighters. And he said 1,000 lighters was better than, I forgot something he said. He said it was valuable, but he would rather have 1,000 lighters. He said that's something that never lost value. He said the fiat currency, like the dollars or whatever, it went up and down in value every day. Oh, today you can get this with it. Oh, tomorrow it's not, But he said the stuff that never lost value, cigarettes, bullets, alcohol, lighters. I never thought of that. 1,000 lighters. You'd be like a rich man, or cartons of cigarettes. You may even, have like around the store, sell them, individuals, in a grid down situation. The stuff that's illegal is not going to be illegal anymore because who's going to enforce it? Or think about the cigars. Think about how people smoke cigars these days. Whether it's tobacco in there or something else, they need the cigars. So that might be very valuable. And he said bullets, man. Bullets were more valuable than gold. And the guy said he now has, yeah, exactly. The guy says he now has, I think he's living in the States, but he says he still remember that. And so it's a way of life. Prepping is a way of life for him. He said how many firearms he had, and he said he had 2,000 rounds for each one. Woo! Some people think they ready. They got a box of 50 bullets for one gun. That 50 bullets is not going to do much for you, especially if you're going up against somebody who got 2,000 rounds per firearm. You're going to end up surrendering before they do. And so it's a lot of, and he said cars, vehicles, said they were no good in the city. And I could see this because I just saw the Paradise Fires. He was like, there was things blocking the roads, like abandoned cars, tires. You couldn't drive through or drive around all that stuff. Cars were no good in the city. You had to walk everywhere, which made the walk that much more dangerous. And he said it was safer to walk at night, middle of the night, than it is to walk in the daytime. I'm like, wow. So we don't know what's coming, guys. But we got to learn quick. So there's going to be a black market. There's going to be a way to make commerce, a way to make money. Oh, and he was saying how a lot of the women were prostituting themselves. Wow. I don't know if that's good or bad. Shoot. Yeah. But we better get ours together. Everything we can think of. Some of the stuff that he was saying, I didn't think of it. And he said he had to trade. He had some extra whiskey, and it was valuable. But he said he had to trade it to get some food. In order to get the food, he had to trade away the liquor. Probably did nothing. I mean, we all know about Albert Pike. They've been planning the war of religions for a long time. That's what they said World War III was going to be about. And not quite yet. They might still turn it into that, but it's not there yet. So, guys, this is some stuff to think about. I mean, and the guy said that, he said, because I think it was 4 years they had to survive in a grid down scenario, and you didn't have electricity. And he said a lot of stuff you could find, but the stuff you couldn't find was like bleach and soap and stuff like that, because that's going to be real valuable. So if you could just get a few extra bottles of bleach or You know, a few dozen bars of soap, that might end up being like gold. Just think it. Most likely, grid down scenario, only the government people who have government jobs may be working, and then they'll probably cut back on that. So you're gonna have to have your own business, like a little candy house or something you have that no one else has, is that they'd be willing to pay you for, and something that you can do every day. So I got another tenet to another part of this plan that I want to put out. I got to get it all together, get it to where it makes sense. But the first two, you see how they mess with the first one about coming out of her, my people, the anti-order or anti-world order videos that I put out. I know they didn't want to hear that. I got another something that's going to help. I'm putting it together now. But what do y'all think, guys? Let me know what y'all think. I've been searching for more information to try to find out what's really going on this month, what these dates can mean, what all this stuff is meaning. But it's looking like I'm almost sure that come Friday the government will be shut down. It's almost a foregone conclusion. And what happens after that is what we don't know. And the deadline for that is the December the 21st. So everything is in limbo. Everybody's still planning their Christmas and New Year's. Wow. You just said it, Devil Dog. In 2 days, that's going to sink the stock market. It's going to sink the stock market. 2 days is also December the 19th. That may be the diversion. We'll be watching that. We'll be watching the Federal Reserve rate hike and the stock market crash, and we won't see yeah, guys, when I start getting on them too hard, stepping on their feet, they start taking me down, messing with me like this. So I know the information is valid. So we might be looking at a financial crash this week before Friday. And I was saying, before I got the dream update, what was that on, I guess on, Hello Metal Sheep, the one that, the elf is coming. I was saying that the World War III would probably start March, April, the Ides of March, maybe sooner than that. If we get the financial collapse this weekend, tensions are already ratcheted up so high, it wouldn't take much else. China's threatened us again. I mean, everybody's threatening everybody, and everybody's still testing weapons. All the militaries are still out there. So financial collapse happens this weekend. It could be a few days or a few weeks. Most definitely, it probably won't be a few months. It probably is going to be before March 15th, Ides of March, before they start dropping bombs. I hear Israel has already bombed Damascus or something like that. Yeah. So it's getting serious, guys. It's getting really critical. We have to think of a way to stick together, to work together. And somebody asked if I had a concourse. No, I don't. And the reason I don't is most of them are going to be infiltrated. I mean, you don't know these people. You're signing up with people over the internet. You're going to have all type of spooks in there, you know, wanting to get close to everybody. Right, exactly. Yeah, they want to be justified. So you're going to have all type of spooks in there monitoring everybody, you know, setting people up. It's best to do it. If you're going to set up some type of group or organization, you need to vet everybody. If you don't already know everyone, then the people that are coming in, you need to be able to vet them, because you don't want them to come in and know your every plan, your every move. You leakers. Come on, you know about the leakers. They get in your organization, know everything you do. They go home and tell everything. Oh, yeah, okay, there, yep. And then yep, this is how this is gonna go. And they come back, oh wow, you guys are great, and they go back and tell everything again. So you got to do it smarter than that. Yeah, people have to be vetted, because the spooks are gonna eat good. While everybody else is starving, the spooks are going to be getting paychecks, probably double paychecks, double agents and stuff like this. I don't know who he is on, I don't know who Q is on Twitter, but Q is fake, man. Q is fake. I remember I was one of the first ones who started watching it and getting into it. And then too many. Yeah, they trying to take me down, man. But we pretty much wrapped up here. We're going to be watching. We're going to be tuning in every day. We got to keep God first, keep God in our heart, because he going to put in our spirit where to go and what to do. Another thing, I hope y'all prayed with me. I'm buffering. Yeah, they don't want me to. I hope y'all was praying with me ever since Friday evening. I prayed for silver to take a moonshot. I prayed for gold and silver, mainly, yeah, they don't want to hear this. Mainly silver. I prayed for it to take a moonshot. So if they crash it, hopefully some of us will be millionaires overnight. If they take the lights down, hopefully we've already prepared for that as well. Because it has to come to pass that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. It's laid up for the righteous. So has to happen. So I'm praying for it to happen like ASAP. Whenever they try to think, what the devil meant for evil, God meant it for good. So he gonna hurt his own people and the people who helped him plan it. And we're gonna come out smelling like a rose. That's my prayer. And it's biblical. So I hope y'all been praying for me, praying with me as well. I started praying on this Friday evening. So we'll just watch and see. Anyway, guys, man, I've been looking at different dates, from the 19th on, every day throughout the end of this month, trying to see if I can figure out what's happening, what's going to happen. Someone had left a message, supposed to be on the 22nd, supposed to be some type of wave coming from outer space. And maybe that's what's going to do the exploding. Maybe it's a CME, coronal mass ejection, solar flare. And it could, who knows? But the right hand was, yeah. The right hand to me was the hand of God. And he threw it, and it hit with accuracy, and it hit something, and it exploded. Anyway, guys, gonna run some more errands. Make sure y'all ready by December 21st. By December the 21st. Anything can happen before that. We don't know what's gonna happen, but we're not afraid. God gonna take care of us. And I'm putting together this other plan. I'm gonna bring it to you. This might be one I have to edit, because now YouTube is making it. Yeah, stacking and packing. YouTube is making me, if I need to download a video, like one of my own videos, it used to be free. Me being a content creator with so many subs, now they're trying to charge me to download my own videos, or anyone else's. Oh, you can get YouTube Premium. Maybe I have to call in and complain or something like that, because it's supposed to be free for the content creator. Anyway. Well, guys, I'm gonna go and keep my eye out. The weather's warm here again. It's supposed to get warmer. We're supposed to be back in the 60s all week, close to 70. Yes, I will, Metal Sheep. Thank you so much. Yeah, I keep a little bug-out bag with me, little pieces of it. I need to get a bigger one with more stuff, because Just never know now. Just have to be ready for whatever. And anyway, well, I'm praying for y'all. Pray for me. We're going to make it through this thing. We're going to give them hell. We're going to make what happen, what they don't, the least thing that they expect to happen, that's what we're going to do. Thank you, Cherry Boo 65 Boom. I will enjoy my day. You do the same. Anyway, this is Brian Anthony, your host, Beyond Babbitt, over and out.